Okay, I might have lied. $3,996,857.18. But by the time this video is edited, that would have surpassed $4 million. And I thought this would make a great opportunity to say, where is it, where it goes, where I've invested it, was it worth it, how I started it, how I did it without sales calls, upsells, email marketing, sales process, hires. Because rewind 2 years ago, or maybe just over, I had no interest in starting this business. And I'll tell you the truth. When you look at athletes, sometimes we can see who's in the best shape and we can try and think we know who knows the most. I think that person must know so much about training and nutrition, and the reality is they've just got good genetics. There's a similar thing in the business field where we kind of look at people that have the most money and think, oh my God, they must know so much about business. It took me quite a while to realize that some people are just blaggers. And where I was on a mission in the fitness industry to eradicate all the BS, I can't do the same in the business world. So first things first, where's that 4 million? I haven't got it. 4 million revenue does not mean 4 million in your pocket. So for any of you that are about to embark on this journey that I just did over the last few years, whether it's selling your first course, doing B2B or whatever, you're not going to keep all of that. I roughly get to keep about 55% of the revenue that comes in monthly. 45% is gone. We've got paid ads, which are a big part of revenue in these B2B online businesses. And a lot of us, just like I did then, flash our revenue, but we don't flash our costs. The one metric that's really important is something called ROAS, return on ad spend, and we track that very aggressively. Then I've got a business partner that operate all the infrastructure. They get 10% of any money we make, not profit, rev. And then out of that 55%, my manager gets his cut, which is 20%, which can seem like a lot, but it's not. For what he does, he could have more. He could be siphoning more. And people don't believe me when I say this. He has all the money. It goes to him and he puts out all the fires. He deals with everything that needs to be dealt with. And then whatever's left at the end of the month, he sends me. So if you said, James, how much money have you got? I know because he told me this morning. But if he is siphoning away cash from me, he's doing a bloody good job. So then you're like, okay, cool, 55%, sweet. You've got over $2 million. Yes. Then the tax man comes along. And Australia, it's 47%. So by the time you pull out that $2 million, you're left with $1 million, which is still nice. Don't get me wrong. This is US dollars as well. So you're like, cool, you've got $1 million. Where'd you spend it? The only investment I really have is in Newtonic. I don't have any stocks. I don't have any shares. Don't have any ETFs. Don't have any crypto. Put hundreds of thousands of dollars into Newtonic, and that's kind of my way out of here. But I've also had to invest it into this studio, which cost about $35,000, $40,000 US. Declan, who's sat out there, he's full-time. And I'll go through some of the other really important hires in a second. But one question I want to pose before I teach you the structure of the business and what I built, and I'm doing this so you can copy it. I've got friends who are kind of wanting to move into this business-to-business space, and they don't know where to start. So this video is kind of for them. Now, is it worth it? Something I need to get off my chest is, if you'd met me 2-3 years ago, I'd made good money, but not crazy money. Not Porsche 911 GT3 money. But my life was chill. When I was just running a fitness business, I had to make a piece of content a day, write an email, have an app, train jiu-jitsu. My life was amazing. I lived in Bondi, had a very stress-free life, living well within my means. I will admit now, my life is a lot more stressed. I'm a lot more tired. I'm spinning a lot of plates. Arguably, although the most successful period of my life, it is a daily, sometimes battle to have to remind myself how lucky I am. With everything I'm going to teach you, you must be warned. To operate at this level, you will need to develop a small form of mental illness, because to grind every day, the sales, Declan said before, do the sales just come in? I'm like, no, I have to fight for every single one, every single week. If I take my foot off the gas just for 1 month, revenue halves. But for me, is it worth it? Let's look at that at the end. First of all, let's go downstairs. Let's look into a little bit more of it. If I was you starting out, I would start with calls. So before you build anything, the issue is you might build something that people don't want. So instead, put some time into your diary and sell your time for money. You might start off $200 US if you're in business to business, maybe $100 US if you're in some other kind of thing. And you could be a sleep consultant teaching parents how to get their babies to sleep. You could be helping creators build on social media. You could be teaching people how to color grade content. Whatever it is, you just start off. This is going to be a good video for you, Declan. You're going to be learning it. Just put calls in your diary. Now, the reason being is you, on every single call you do with someone, get to understand their problems. You get to understand their needs, and you get to take a mental inventory of the things they struggle with. So let's use color grading as a problem. What would be a problem that they have? Okay, white balance, exposure, LUTs. And then what else? So Declan's getting on calls with people. He's making $200 an hour. Don't get any ideas. You need to do this edit. And he just finds out that he keeps repeating himself. White balance, exposure, LUTs, noise. God, every time I get on these calls, I just keep repeating myself, keep repeating myself, keep repeating myself. So what he's going to do is going to build. Now, a lot of people think that we create these online courses because we're just bros that want to make money online. The reality is that we don't want to repeat ourselves any longer. If we can create assets that mean that we can give people what they want, if they were going to pay $200 for it on a call, they'd be way more likely to buy it in a course for $99. Then they can go through it at their own time. They can spend their time learning it, whatever.
So are you saying that before you build a course, you want to make sure you've got evidence of those particular issues of your audience?
Yeah, so exactly that. So what I'm saying is, by being on calls, you right now think this is what they need help with. But by doing calls with people, they might say, Declan, what is the best platform to edit on? And you say it's DaVinci. They go, everyone's told me it's Premiere Pro. So you then add into on the call why DaVinci is really, really popular. Not only that, by doing the call with the person and getting that question, not only have you thought about that being something to build, you've also thought that's going to be my next piece of content. So your next video on YouTube goes up, why color graders must use DaVinci. You A/B split test that with why DaVinci is better than Premiere Pro. And your third title is why Premiere Pro is terrible for color grading. Now, whilst you are building that into your course, and you only found out that that was a question from doing one-to-ones with people, you now put out content on the front end, which then gets you more calls. In the beginning, with that content you're putting out on social media, if you haven't got anything to sell, your call to action is just book a call. But then when they go through to your Calendly,
To book that call, should we use a lead magnet or should we just...
you can just put a Calendly link. And then some people might think it's a sales call, but then when they get there, they have to pay the money. So a call won't show up in your own Calendly unless they paid the money. Then someone's name is going to come through like Trevor Whitehead has booked a call Tuesday, 4 p.m., $200 in your account. Sweet. The great thing is then when you jump on the call with that person, you're like, Trevor, mate, how can I help? And whenever I've done these one-to-one calls with people, I literally just get on and I go, how can I help?
So would you want to put that in the video itself and announce that you've got that option, or just leave a link in the description?
Yeah, call to action. What we're saying there is, whilst you're going through telling them why DaVinci is better, you go, if this is too much for you, you can just book in a call with me. There's a link in the description. And the beautiful thing of that is your content might get 362 views, but you get 2 calls. And now you've just made $400 from one video that you've put out. And with every call you're doing, I can see your cogs moving in your head. Yeah. I'm about to get edits coming back a bit slower from this. So through all of that you're building, this list will increase to the point that you're ready.
Exactly what to build.
You'll know them inside out.
So once I've got something to build, then how do I price it?
Okay, good question. Once you know how to build, how do you price it? Imagine this as well, right? The more you go on dates with women, the more you get to understand what women are like, and the better you get at dating. And you start to know their apprehensions, you know the things they're worried about. So for instance, this sounds really crass, but once you go on a lot of dates with girls, you realize they don't want someone to try and fuck them on a first date. So through knowing that, on the date, you just make it very clear. By the way, I used to joke with girls on dates. Sorry, Tay, if you're watching this. We'd sit down for a drink. I go, just let you know, I'm not going to try and fuck you tonight. Let's just enjoy the evening. I go, if you try coming on to me, don't even treat me like a piece of meat. I've got feelings, you know. And I would start the date by disarming them, because the whole night that you're sat there having a drink with them, they're thinking this guy just wants to fuck me. But by starting that, by knowing their apprehensions firsthand, it disarms them, it makes them better. And in content, in everything you do, the more time you spend talking to your clients, the more you get to understand their insecurities, their fears, all of those things. You might not even find out, if you've done 10 calls with people, why they want a color. You might think it's because you want their content to look nice, but the truth is they go, the only way my content can stick out from other people is through having better color grading. And you go, cool. Then what does that become, Declan? Part of your hook and your pitch. If you want to stick out amongst all your competitors that have been editing longer than you, there's one way you can do it, proper color grading. See how
Getting back to the pricing itself, what would I base that on?
Okay, first things first. The hourly call, as you get busy, will go up. Yeah. Let's say how many calls on top of doing my editing could you do a week? 3?
Probably 1 a day. So like
1 a day? What are you doing, bro? You're supposed to be working for me, mate. What do you mean 1 a day?
Evening, like a 5 p.m. call or something.
Nah, you're full-time, Declan. Let's say 3 a week, right? If you were 3 a week packed out for a few weeks, you could just push that to 250. And eventually you just push it up, push it up, push it up. So about a year and a half ago, I was doing calls for $500. Now, it sounds such a dickhead thing. Even $1,000, I'm like, oh. But demand is what pushes that up. So suddenly you're at 250. But there's going to come a point where even though you're getting $250 for a call, you go, the issue is, if you gave me an hour, I could create a piece of content which would sell me 7 of these. So you've now got a decision. Do I sell $350 worth of content in an hour, or do I jump on a call for $250? And this is the predicament I'm in now. This video will be filmed in under an hour. Someone could pay me $1,000 for an hour of my time, but this video will make way more than $1,000 to the business. So you price yourself out. Then there will come a point that your content, and again, that's only $350 in the first week that you've launched it. As you add more videos to your channel, more backlog traffic creates more evergreen content, which sells more people to your course. Some of the highest grossing videos we have on this YouTube channel are over a year old. And I'm talking sales we made in the last week are over a year old. So soon you'll price yourself out and you will make your one-to-one call something crazy like $2,000. And it's not even that you're worth $2,000, it's that you don't want to do them. And if someone is going to get you to do one, you best get paid well for it, because you're taking food off the plate from the other part of the ecosystem.
So here's another question in terms of the course and the offering itself. I've heard a lot of people on YouTube talking about how now that AI is becoming a big thing, just having a course as information by itself is not going to be as valuable having a community and having like a Discord or a cohort is going to be more and more important.
Very, very good question. AI, I don't think is as good as you think it is. Not yet. It could be in a few years, but also imagine you said, I want to get in shape, and AI said, I need you to exercise, do this, do this. You just don't listen to it. When someone spends, and this is the beauty of it, right? If someone spends 2,000 hours on a call with you, that money is wasted unless they do all the things you talk about. When you tell them to build an email list, let's say, someone pays me $1,000, I go, do that, do that, do that. If they do it, it's worth the money. If they don't do it, it isn't. So when people pay AI or don't pay AI or get AI to do it for free, they just won't actually execute it. The fact of the matter is they need to pay someone to do it. We've all got injuries we know how to fix, but we pay a physio, so we do it. The community side we'll get onto in a second. So that, as far as, just calls can seem like really basic, but it's not. There's a lot to those calls. So then I built out Business Mentorship 1.0. You said about the community. There was one other thing that we had, Discord. Now, Discord is a place that you can chat and interact with people. Even now, I'll update people in the Discord with what I'm up to and where to go and assets to thing, blah, 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 blah. We chat on a basis. Here, I created, I think, 5 modules. Each module had like 10 lessons in it, but we had the Discord. And you spoke about the community. The community was very, very good, but some things we needed, feedback and threads. And some of the threads we put in there, getting sales, closing sales, getting leads, growing socials, YouTube, thumbnails, all of that. You can see which threads are busiest. So in yours, you might put exposure, lighting, cameras, editing software, MacBook, CPU, whatever it is. Then you will realize that one of those threads becomes a lot more popular than everyone else. So the one that was getting so much heat was content. So everyone was obsessed with content. Now, most people were obsessed with short form content. So
you're almost saying if you didn't have that community, you wouldn't have that information. So it's so good for you to actually get that market research.
Sometimes feedback is what helps you know if something's working. Let me bring in something into case, fingering. If you had a blindfold on and muffs on so you couldn't hear anything, you have no idea if you're fingering good, right? And the only way that a young man gets better at fingering is through trying out some different stuff. They come to me, right? All of the different things, feeding the pony, whatever it is. Then through the feedback you get, and every client is different. The feedback you get, you go, oh, they like the scissor kick, whatever, right? So the community is great for them because they get that part of the community where they're
almost leaving so much on the table if you don't have a community.
100%. Also, buyers regret. Do you know that? The second someone buys something, they regret it.
But if they've got that contact with you, then it kind of
Me just saying welcome. One guy this morning has joined and...
You welcome everyone personally?
Everyone. So today, I haven't done Discord, but I've done the welcome channel. Because if someone's just paid me $3,000, they're getting a message from me within a couple hours. Okay. One guy's got a rifle company doing precision bits. I was like, mate, love this. Then there's another guy who's just joined with like a really interesting business about tuning cars. He's joined because I've got a GT3. So I've already gone back to him. What is the tune? Don't tell me that it improves fuel mapping. I don't know what fuel mapping is. So Discord really helps you with the content. I realized this content thread was hot. So I created short form content mastery.
Could you potentially build out a community in Discord before you have a course? So
no, free communities, never. Because everyone in here that asked me questions already paid me.
Okay, so that comes after you've made the course.
Don't be giving people your time for free, because it just cheapens everything. If you're going to help people do their color grading for free in Discord, why the fuck would they buy anything from it? No, I do not talk to anyone unless I get paid. The only the only time I haven't done that is on Monday when I did the live stream, but I made $50,000 in a day. So although I did the live stream for free, I did it for $25,000 an hour. Flex. Don't ask for a pay rise. All right. So, because I haven't got that, remember? We went through it in the first module. I don't know where that money is.
One more thing, Robert, on the course itself. Would you say it's generally better to script the entire course and plan it out, or can you kind of go off the cuff with that?
For this, yes. For this, not so much. You should script, but don't be robotic. Some people are quite robotic. Script so you don't miss anything. And there are different levels of scripting. You can script the whole thing word for word.
Did you do that in your course? Did you script the whole thing word for word?
I did do the whole thing word for word, but you'll notice that the script for this video is a loose script. We've only got 1 page of notes.
And we wrote that in about 10 minutes.
Not even.
Fine.
Yeah, because I only put those notes there to know, because I know all this stuff anyway. Yeah. I just did it to make sure we had some structure to it. So I'll be honest with you, short form content mastery wasn't just to help people with short form content. It was based off the insecurity that the content modules in here weren't good enough.
And you only knew to build that because the content thread was going so hard.
So what I do is I give that to everyone for free, but I also sell it for $99 to anyone on the outside. So then we run paid ads for the business mentorship, but we also run paid ads for short form content mastery. Good thing is we get some sales of people coming into there. We get an upsell rate of about 11%. So 11% of people that buy that, do that. We sell about 20 of those a day. So one person, two people a day join the mentorship from that. Now, as we went on, lead gen was a hot topic. So we did a lead magnet course. Email marketing was a hot topic. So we made send emails, get paid.
Do you think certain niches it's easier to have good lead magnets for.
Yes, but
So
it
I would
depends.
say-
Fitness is a tough one.
Yeah, so I was thinking fitness. I've got a friend that's trying to do tricking, and it's very difficult for him to make a decent lead magnet. But for
Tricking.
me,
What's tricking?
it's like acrobatics.
Okay. What does he do? Can you do a backflip?
Yeah.
Then you should do. Is it doing a backflip hard? If I spent a day with him, could he teach me to do a backflip?
Oh yeah.
Then you should probably make that a lead magnet. What's his name?
Toby tricks.
Toby, make a fucking lead magnet and doing a backflip, you lazy prick. See, I came up with that in 3 seconds. You're like, oh, I can't have a lead magnet. Shut up. Okay, so wherever there was something that was lagging behind, another one was that everyone in that fucking Discord, 65% of them are PTs. So then I don't just create asset. I thought if all of these are PTs, I should probably make them a course called PT Starter Kit. Each one of these we call a satellite course. They are an individual course. I think this was $199 or it might have been $99. And I think this is $99. And do you know what PTs are notoriously shit at? Content. So we actually put short form content mastery in the PT Starter Kit. But that means that the reason we did that, you go, why would you do that if it's $99? You sell it for $99 because the ads for PTs are a lot easier to make than ads for short form content. So we actually use that as a way to get personal trainers to buy that. And then we still get the 11% upsell. That's still recording, Declan. This is some good stuff. Send emails, get paid was one, but the lead magnet course, you might remember, was free. Now, all of these were given to people in the mentorship, and even the lead magnet course for free. We get people inside the Discord saying, thanks, mate. Although it was already in the course, the new course you made gave me the reminder that I needed. That lead magnet course, we got 9,000 leads for. So hopefully we'll attribute some of those and some new sales. So when you start, whatever it is you're doing, you start with the calls, you build out iteration 1. But then what happened was, as I made these courses, I had an insecurity in my mind that was, I think these satellite courses are better than the mentorship. So what do? We reformed the entire thing from the ground up, completely rewrote the whole course in February this year. Took a whole month offline from posting on social media. And then I also put the prices up. Now, this side of things is scalable. Whether there's 5,000 people in there, 10,000 people in there, whatever it is, doesn't matter. This is where the problem lies. When the Discord gets too busy, I'm left with only one thing to do. What's that?
Raise prices.
Raise prices. The people that got in at the beginning got in for $800 US. Then went to 1,000. The current offer for Black Friday is $2,500. So I did a post this morning explaining to people that is 2.5 times what it was 12 months ago. And guess what, fuckers? It's going to be 2.5 times this in a year, because this isn't even about the people I'm helping. This isn't even about the mentorship. I'm always going to do the same amount of work. I'm always going to spend 3 hours a day in the Discord. But you know what? I want more money for doing it. So that in a year's time is easily going to be 7.5 grand. So if you want to get in on a discount, you could do it today. If not, we can continue with the rest of the video. But I swear to God, I'll do that just to prove a point. A year's time, you go, oh, James, I didn't actually think you're going to put your prices up. That first year I spent in that Discord, I was grossly underpaid. Now I'm getting paid very well. But next year, I'm going to be throwing money at Declan. I'm going to Declan, here's $1,000. Why? Because I can.
On the topic of community as well, how important are referrals?
We should do an affiliate. We've been talking about doing an affiliate where basically we give them like 10% of whatever they close. Referrals are really good. Referrals are strong. It's better if you can incentivize the people in that Discord. They should be getting kickback. We're working on it. But yeah, people will just say it's good.
You've even made some hires from that Discord as well, haven't you?
That's a good point, actually. So 2 hires I've made from my Discord. So when I thought about staff and people that I needed, I actually already knew some of them on a first name basis. I'd done calls with some of them. And there was one guy called Cam, who's in our Discord now. Imagine this, out of all those threads, when I get there, there's just this fucker, this Scottish lad, helping people. And usually when people help each other in Discord, I go, oi mate, is this your mentorship? No, shut up. But this guy called Cam, every little thread he did, well, that's pretty good. Actually, that's really good. So I completely agree with that. If anything, he was going into more detail than I was. So I emailed Cam privately. I went, what are you doing? He was like, mate, I just enjoyed this. Did you want a job? He's full-time now. Well, by the time this video is going out, it's full-time. Fucking, that's another load of money gone. Let's say each week I can allocate 10 hours to the Discord. That's going to be a certain amount of clients. And let's say we can onboard 10 clients on any given week. It's probably going to come from 1,000 emails. And we'll probably get 1,000 emails from 25,000 views, probably get 25,000 views from 3 pieces of content that we could put out a week. Now, the channel now is, I think, at 50K, give or take. Last year, it was about 7K. That channel, if we haven't got another silver play button in a year's time, I'll be livid. So all that happens there is, as the channel doubles, the content remains the same, the 10 hours stays the same, the 25,000 views will probably go to 50,000. The emails will go from 1,000 to 2,000, maybe even higher. The clients remain at 10. But the only thing that we change is twice the demand, twice the price. Give me another year, might be at 300, 400,000, 3 pieces of content, 160,000 views, 10,000 emails, 10 clients. So really, my focus for the next year is this. This part remains all the same. And as we get more expensive, the beautiful thing is you actually attract a different type of client. Right now, one of our biggest bottlenecks, that is a weird thing to say, is we're too cheap for some businesses.
I was watching a video of Ali Abdal saying that he pays like 50 to 100K for his mentorships that he joins. Just thinking like, that's insane. Some people, that's like the price to entry. That when everyone in that mentorship, you know they're legit because the price was so much.
So I'm not sure if I'm even supposed to disclose this. Did I tell you I got a black Amex?
I think so, yeah.
So I now get to go to events with other people that are centurions. I get to rub shoulders with people. So if they go to invite me to some like orchestra thing, I'll probably go. Do you know why? Because I want to rub shoulders with other people that got black cards. So there is that kind of thing. We rub shoulders. Also, imagine this, since we've doubled the price, or actually 2.5 times the price since last year, refund rates dropped off, time wasters dropped off, headaches dropped off. Since doubling the price, I've had half the headaches. There's a golden rule. Continue the rest upstairs. Which brings me on to how you get people's email addresses from content in the first place. Now, conveniently, I have an array of lead magnets different for people's needs. So Declan, as aforementioned, might have a white balance lead magnet, an exposure lead magnet, whatever. I create a lead magnet based off the courses, the satellite courses there are. I'm actually out of breath from running upstairs. So we have the landing page lead magnet, which people get, they get that. Afterwards, they get an 11-day email automation. Link to that in the description, you can copy it. There's also 30 ways in 30 days where people give me their email address and I hit them with a bit of business knowledge every day for 30 days. And most people buy on day 19. Why? I don't know. Then I discovered a content bucket, as we call it, where when I critique and roast people's content, although the views are low, let's say 7,000 views a video, I get hundreds of applications per video of people that want their content critiqued. Now I can't do all of them, but not only are people giving me their contact information so I can potentially critique them, I just add them to the 30-day automation. Now what's crazy is, so far there's 3 lead magnets. We've got 30-day automation, anatomy of a highly converting landing page, then we have the web critique and apply. And all of those are in the description, so you can copy them. But the people that go to the apply go through to the same 30-day automation, but they double the attribution in sales revenue. So they make twice as much money. Why? I don't know. I can tell you. I genuinely haven't got a clue. So the next part of the video, I'm going to show you through some of the landing pages, the structure of how we do them, and how they could potentially benefit your business. Let's get in some of those lead magnets. As far as the squeeze pages and landing pages that go for them, we can quickly go through some of those. I'll explain the method behind my madness. Just refresh the page, 3,998,560. So by the time Declan's finished the edit, hopefully it'll be that elusive 4 million. Otherwise, I'm just a fraud, or I'll have to buy my own mentorship to get those numbers up. Lovely. And by the way, this platform here that you're seeing called Pablo, there could be some scope in me, guys, getting you to use this to host all of this yourself, because this is where I host all of the stuff that I've been showing you before. Okay, let's start here. 30 days, 30 insights, 30 ways to optimize your business. Any of you that watched the live stream that I did the other day, you remember me talking about a time that I signed up someone's email list, 52 ways, 52 days. At the end, he went to promote his book. This is where I just say to people, look, give me your email address. There's no big page or anything fancy. It's just me saying, give me your email address. I hope you have 30 days. It's like a value proposition. Didn't actually have to build anything or get a graphic designer to make anything. I just give value over that email autoresponder. So whatever it could be. You could be a podiatrist, helping people run. You could be a physio, golf instructor, improving someone's swing. Pick something that you're really good at and help people over 30 days. Average person for this buys on day 19. Couldn't tell you why. This is the landing page. And again, a lot of people in my mentorship, and I'm copying this, I did make a mistake on this. Really, we should change it to be benefit first, then how long it is. So it should be optimize your business in 30 days. I concede. The only sales page template you'll ever need, because everything on a landing page should follow a certain procedure. Again, links in the description to copy all of these. I don't have to oversell this because it's just a squeeze. It's, hey, this is what it is. Do you want it? Yes or no? We're trying to get someone's email address. We only need a fraction of what we would need to get someone's money. Sell anything to anyone, subheading, use this, generate 8 figures in online sales. Put your name in, email, here, fancy a constructive roast, sign up below. So if we go to my YouTube, here's my most recent roast. For this one, I intentionally went super low quality, went webcam, went headphones, did no mic, did it in my bedroom. I was just fucking around to see whether or not it was going to work better. And let's actually have a look. It was just chaos. But you'll notice that the first link I put there, web opt-in. Now, all my revenue isn't going to be on here because I started a clean slate recently. So if we go to published, here I can see the actual revenue that I've got from videos, 16K, 16K, 9K, 8K, 6K. Bloody lovely. So when people end up putting their stuff through there, it gets sent to me. I pick them through to the next one. Like I said, this versus the 30-day autoresponder, double the amount of attributed revenue. Why? No idea. That's a landing page. A landing page has to be different to a squeeze page. Heading tells us what it is, subheading. context and nuance. Here we have a VSL, video sales letter. We always want a bit more information. So some people, their mind will be made up when they get here. So I got really bad hay fever today. I haven't been doing cocaine. Some people see this, go, yeah, I want it, they'll buy. Some people will watch this video, they'll buy. Other people need all the rest of the information. They're probably autistic. And autism loves detail. They get to the bottom and they buy. A little bit of an FAQ. Cool. You'll notice exactly the same with the email marketing course. I use dark mode, mostly because I prefer using dark mode on my phone and stuff. Title. Everyone talks about your first $10,000 a month. Wait till you have your $10,000 email. I say this to people all the time. There is a time coming, you'll make $10,000 from an email. It just will happen. I couldn't believe that when I first heard it, but now, God, Pete Schofield. Some emails get annoyed if it doesn't do 10,000. It's just a matter of time. Like I say, there is a certain amount of email addresses you need to have $1 million database. Could be 500 for some of you, it might be 10,000 for others. This was just the amount of sales I made from emails alone. There's my daily emails, 405,000. More information. I want to master email marketing. Bush. Then I told you about the PT Starter Kit. Finally, of course, to answer the question, how the fuck do I run a better PT business? Again, PT Starter Kit. I've done it. I've been it. Jump 2 years ahead in your career in just 30 days. That is a promise and a half, isn't it? And again, short form content mastery is that. I created these things to benefit my mentorship, but then I can put them out on the front end to make sales. And then here's the business mentorship. Testimonials. Eric, like I said before, he just bought a Lamborghini Urus. This guy is doing so well, he has a better car than me. Love to see it. And then you get access to everything else. Like I say, not bad, not bad. And I'll be honest, those of you that are still watching this video right now, I'll actually put a link in the description for an offer better than that, which I don't particularly like doing, but I'm a kind God. And you can thank Cam for that. Because I've hired Cam in the Discord, I'm happier to give a discount because he's helping me out. Cool. So these are some of the landing pages that we run. So from the satellite courses, some people buy them. And if they don't buy on, we use that revenue to pay for some of the ad spend that we use to acquire them. But advertising works a lot better in these kinds of businesses. For a PT business, I would not say that paid ads is your way out. It's not the way you can buy to not doing it. Like I say, even right now, even with paid ads, I have to turn up every single fucking day and claw away being active to bring business to my business. If you think you can just put money on paid ads and walk away, you're naive. The majority of you, it's just not going to happen. Every single flow has email marketing, follow-up emails, and it is often the emails that people buy from. I tried sales calls for a bit, but having to give the person on the call money, having to monitor the quality of the call, I was like, do you know what? If people can't watch a video like this or watch the 2.5-hour live stream we did the weekend and know that they want to fucking join, they can fuck off. If someone goes, I really just need a call before spending, fuck off. Sorry, I'd rather you just didn't join. I'd rather just have less money. I'd rather just not have you $2,500 or whatever it is, what we'll be charging. When this video goes out, we could even be charging $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, who knows? Did try using closers in the DMs. It was all right. Did 5 to 10% of the revenue. And as far as hires, we've got Cam in the Discord. We've got Declan outside. Ollie is a YouTube strategist. You'll be seeing him in the Discord a bit, actually. So Ollie isn't hired to work in the Discord. He's actually there to help me with ideas for YouTube. He gets paid, and then he also gets a percentage of anything that we sell from the video, which is pretty good for him. He's also going to be a key component in the YouTube course that we're building out now. Now, we are going to charge quite a bit of money for the YouTube course, but we will give it to people in the membership for free. So if you join now, you will get free access to that, which is pretty cool. Again, got the Discord. I'm not going to show you. Actually, do you know what? Let's do a bloody another screen recording because I might even answer some of the questions while we're here. Okay, so if we go to welcome, there'll be some people here. Bailey Van. Oh, I asked to see some of her stuff. So I can just go up here. I teach people how to sell AI digital products on Etsy. Very interesting. Very interesting. So I'll come over here. I'll have a look at Bailey's stuff. 69.7 thousand subscribers. She is perfect for this. She is perfect. Here's my low ticket annual membership sales. Let's have a look. Oh, that's on School. Not the biggest fan of School, but she's making 47 G's a month. Maybe we can like School. You know what I mean? Very, very cool. Let's have a little look.
Hi there, and welcome to the AI Design and Grow experience where I
love this. Let's have a look at some of her videos. Wow, love that. My 6 income streams that made me 2.3 million at age 40. Oh, do you know what? I could be stealing that for the title. You know what? 1 day ago as well. Okay, I like that. My 6 income streams. Oh, I'm stealing that, Bailey. I'm stealing it. My 1 income stream that's made me million at 36. Straight into it. Do you know what? You might think I'm here to help them. These people are helping me. These people are helping me. Love that. Thumbnails, a little bit busy, but I like it. I like it. Let's go here. Popular income streams that made me. Okay, so that last video she's done, if you haven't noticed this already, is almost a copy of this outlier. Income streams that made me $650K last year, all because of a $3 digital product. I like it. So one thing I want to know is if she gets analytics from School, so we can see how many visits over how many conversions. So the reason we want to know if we can see the visits and conversions is, for instance, if she's got a high conversion rate of, say, 6%, we can go, we just need more traffic. We just need to send more people here. We need to talk about it more, improve and increase the frequency of whatever it is. However, if the conversion rates are at, 1% and she's sending thousands of people, we might need to do something in our power to increase the conversion rates by using a better landing page, for example. So that's, just one interaction I'm going to have with Bailey over the course of probably quite a long, fruitious relationship. But that, let's say, for instance, she does implement a lead page or a landing page into her business and it improves her conversions, she's going to make the money that she's giving me back, like $2,500 very quickly, especially if she's charging and making this kind of crazy money already. It's not going to be, she's already got a YouTube channel that's crushing. You know what I mean? So she's already making $50K, $500,000 a year from this. So these little changes that I can make to her business and just smooth it out can mean that she can make her money back in maybe even like a week or 2 weeks. They're the businesses that really excite me. Okay. Jason was the guy I spoke about with the gun company. We watched this happen from the States. Minus why we need to protect our constitutional rights. Here's my channel, Roast Away, I think. 15,000 subscribers. Awesome. Okay. Thumbnails, interesting, but they work. That last video killed it. 101,000 views. This product was illegal, so we fixed it. Okay, let's go back and compliment him. Bro, don't think these thumbnails are as good as they could be. Some of these videos crush. Probably because gun people don't care that much. Let's get back into it a little bit. Okay, 192 videos. Let's look at the most popular. Okay. These two here work the best, where it's literally just holding the thing. 13 years ago as well. Okay, cool. So what I'm seeing here is, if we take the last 8 videos, then we look at the 8 most popular videos. They look very different. So here's the feedback I'm going to give. Can you explain to me why your most popular videos and your most recent look so different? I know they're old, but it seems the single image with simple title does really well. Did these old videos convert too much business, I suppose, is the question. Welcome to Mountain Tactical, your ultimate source for everything Tikka. Whether you're a precision shooter, hunting enthusiast, fan of Kofi rifles. Tikka rifle, what is a Tikka rifle? Okay. Beretta Holding Group. Lovely. Okay, there's a lot of links there. There's a lot of links. 4 million views though, Okay, I would love a very simple bio. We sell. And I would love one link, not 13, perhaps to the store. Is there anywhere that you think is more important to send them than website? Okay, and for us to fully understand this, we'll go downstairs because I'm trying to have a look at this quickly. There are only 4 links here, but none of them take you to other social media accounts. So I'm going to answer his question the best way that I know how. And we're going to do this again, aren't we, Declan? Do you know why?
Why?
Because it didn't record yesterday. But it's okay. We come back the next day with a smile on our face and we go, what an opportunity to do it better. Do you know what else has happened since yesterday, Declan? We've hit 4 million. Thank God. Do you know what? By the time this edit's ready, we could be doing a video on how we made 5 million. But let's get into it. So old matey boy had 13 links. Can you explain why that's potentially a problem? Now, I've actually spoken to him overnight in the Discord, and he said that the new person helping him create thumbnails is an expert, but I think his thumbnails have got worse, not better, but we'll get into that a bit later. So one thing we need to think about is traffic. Traffic is sending people to websites. If you're actually going to ask me what I was good at, I wouldn't even say it's business, I'd say it's traffic. If you wanted me to run your business, so many components of it, I have no idea. HR, payroll, P&L, no idea. My job is actually just sending traffic to websites. Now, traffic goes through several different tiers. And when we understand this, I'm going to show you it within my business. It's going to make so much more sense. So the easiest way to segment these is going to be squeeze, email, landing page. For the squeeze page, we have 30 days and 30 ways. So that is an autoresponder. Some of you are thinking about, I've got to build something, got to make it. For that, I just have to write 30 emails. People sign up to that. They get an email every single day. Often people buy on day 19. We don't know why. Another squeeze we have is
just on those squeeze pages, how much time should people spend to make them? Is it like a lot of effort or is it a short kind of thing?
How much time and effort should you put into squeeze page? It should really just be a heading, subtitle, probably an image, and then a sign up. A squeeze page should be able to scan and read in like 30 seconds. A landing page might take a few minutes.
So you could make this in a day, basically.
Oh, easy. Yeah, you could pre-write 30 emails in a document, put them into your email marketing platform, then create the squeeze page. You could collect emails, easily in the same day. Now, the web application, you would have seen that some of my videos, even though they look like they don't do that well, they only get 3, 4, 5,000 views, they still get hundreds of people that apply for web applications. When they do that for me to critique their content, I can't do them all. I do some, and the ones that don't get done actually get put into the 30-day automation. Now, interestingly, those people attribute twice the revenue than people that just go into the 30-day automation. Why? I have no idea. I don't know. Another lead magnet we have is the high converting landing page. That is the sheet that I held up before, and then that goes into 11-day automation. What software would you use to host the lead magnets?
Is it like a specific one you recommend? Or?
So rather than getting caught up in really complex software, let's say you wanted to give people a PDF, or you wanted to send them a lot, or you wanted something, whatever. In that first email you send, you could just give them the Drive Dropbox links. You could give them anything you want. So some people are like, oh, I want to create some software where they get the software and they get this, they get something else out. I'm like, or just put it in your first email. So those guys go into an 11-day automation. Those people go into 30 days. The reason we've come down is because now we're looking at the email component of what we're talking about. Now, the reason that we do this is to nurture people. So for us to fully understand this, and the one thing that joins these together is something called an autoresponder. And that is where you pre-write the amount of emails so that when someone signs up to one of your squeeze pages, email 1 is sent, wait 24 hours. Email 2 is sent, wait 24 hours. Email 3 is sent. So no matter when people join, they get those emails. You don't have to manually send them. They get sent automatically. Some of you might have realized that after you buy something, the next day they follow up or they come back a month later. Good protein companies, let's say they sell you a bag of protein that's got 60 serves in, 60 days after they buy, they go, hey, you might be running low on protein. Do you want to reorder? These are all part of what we call autoresponders.
You have a course about this as well, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, we cover all of this in the mentorship and people know about that.
I want to learn more, Dave.
Oh, yeah, they can fucking join, Declan. We're going to come back to the email segment in a bit, but now you need to understand some of those landing pages that I sent you before. So we have short form content mastery, the business mentorship, we have send emails, get paid, we have PT starter kit, and we have chatbot and chill. So each one of these is a standalone product with its own sequence of title, subheading, BSL, some things that I showed you before. So now some of you are going to be thinking about what ways we're going to get traffic to these. So when people come into the autoresponders, they're going to get promoted into something. Now, the main thing that makes the most sense is from these people to get sold into the business mentorship. This is where we get the highest return on investment. Some people call it high ticket. I don't really like the terminology, it's high ticket, low ticket. Then if they do not buy that after the certain sequence of those days, we would then try and sell them short form content mastery, which is $99. The reason being, we're not going to make a huge amount of money from that, but what we will do is probably get our money back that we've spent, because ultimately there is some time, energy and effort that's going into this, but we'll talk about the paid component in a second. If they're not going to buy the products that we want after going through all of this, the least we can do is get back $99. So as far as an organic flow, people are going to get pushed into these. The other way that people are going to get pushed into these is using YouTube as a source of traffic. Means that we can pick certain specific types of videos. So what I'll do is I'll go, what do we want to sell today, Declan? If we want to sell short form content mastery, we'll have a YouTube about it, do a call to action. Any of the YouTube videos that I talk about personal training get sent to the PT starter kit. Any email marketing videos will get sent to send emails, get paid. So there's always going to be an element of traffic that can go specifically to these landing pages.
Are you saying that you structure your YouTube videos around specifically the products that you're selling?
Yes. So this video here is specifically with the outcome of getting people in the business mentorship. That's why it's longer. That's why we're going into more detail. That's why we're showing them how the sausage is made, because this would be a lot of stuff to talk about to just get $99. We haven't actually spoken that much about improving your content. Most of this is about how to operate your business, because when they join the business mentorship, they get all of this. So there's no point us talking about something as potentially trivial as short form content mastery when we actually want to get the big sale. And the people watching along could be watching along for like 45 minutes now. So they're making a semi-emotional investment. So we can determine whether or not we want to send traffic to squeeze pages. Now, what we can understand is out of 100 people, if we ask them to, maybe 30 will actually go across to those. But if we send traffic to these pages, a lot less people are going to be ready to buy. So it makes sense that we nurture them through it. Let's say this level here is asking someone to come around for Netflix and chill. This level here is saying, can I have your number? This level here is come and go on a date. Most people want to get a number, chat for a bit, go on a date, Netflix and chill. Some people will let you skip stages. Good question. Do you just promote one thing? What you'll notice is if you go through any of my YouTube videos, there will often be 4 different links at the bottom, but the one at the top is the one I want to sell for most. But some people just find their way through it and buy. For instance, we did the golf video with Ryan Moke, and at the end, someone just bought the business mentorship. We didn't talk about it the whole way through. We spoke about golf. So some people will just do that. YouTube means that you can determine where you want that traffic to go. Now, there is another type of traffic, which I will admit hasn't worked that well in a lot of my businesses. This is the only real one that it's worked in. Someone in the mentorship yesterday was actually asking about paid ads. And I was saying to them, look, this is where a lot of mentorships and gurus will be like, don't do this. Just spend money, send people there. The issue is these people have bought into you and they go to these places when they're ready. Here, you're kind of paying to get them to go to those places. So the conversions are never going to be as good on paid ads as they are organic. Also, I would argue the reason that my paid ads do so well is because I understand organic. So when we go to do content shoots, film ads, whatever it is, we are creating organic content that we know is going to be good. We know it's going to work for organic. So paid is easy. This is the cake. This is the icing.
So you're saying the fundamentals of organic content just crosses over to paid?
Yeah. If you can't get people to watch your content and buy your stuff organically, why do you think just putting money behind it's going to help? This is fundamentals. That's advanced. So this is the cake. This is your Victoria sponge. There's your icing. Icing on its own, not that nice. Icing on a cake, delicious. Now, we get to determine where our paid ad spend money goes. So we don't really do paid ads to YouTube. It's just not really working that well to us. What we do is run some paid ads towards these squeeze pages.
The different platforms you do paid ads on? Like Instagram?
Yeah, so Meta does Facebook and Insta. Google does YouTube. For us, Meta, we are going to expand more into Google, more into YouTube. So one person who's crushing at the moment is Charlie Morgan. Every time we go watch a YouTube video, he pops up. Now, again, with those videos, you've got to ask yourself, if I'm going to go to the club for an hour and I'm going to pay entry to go into a club, do I want to go get as many numbers as I can in that hour? Or do I want to see if I can get laid in that hour? So a real tactician would say, go get numbers, bro. Because then once you leave the club, you can work with it. But if people aren't sure on that night, you can never contact them again. So we run paid ads to the 30 days autoresponder. We don't run paid ads to the web application because it doesn't make sense, but we do run paid ads to the high converting landing page. Then they go into the autoresponders. Now, once they've gone into these, some buy, some don't. But what's good is once you have their email address, once they've finished that automation, you can still broadcast to them. So the two ways you can email someone is an autoresponder. A broadcast is where you just send an email to everyone on your list. So the reason we would send an email to everyone on our list, Black Friday, we might have loads of dormant leads, people that originally signed up because they wanted to know more, but they've gone cold. Then we send them a Black Friday offer, we can re-engage them. We might clean the list if no one buys anything for 6 months, but
How do you clean it? You
just get rid of it. You put in the conditions, someone hasn't opened an email in 6 months, delete. Because then your open rates will increase as you delete bad leads out of it.
Actually keep cleaning out this.
Clean your list, keeps your costs down, probably helps with your deliverability. If people aren't reading your emails, you're always going to get scored on reputation. How many people are blocking you? How many people aren't opening your emails? How many people are reporting you as spam?
It's worth noting as well if you don't have your own private domain.
Oh yeah, you need your own domain. Imagine this, people. If I was imagine you say, James, I'm getting married. Can you recommend a good wedding videographer? I go, yeah, let me get Steve in touch. And Steve messages you from stevelovesweddings@gmail.com. But hold on. Whether it was steve@weddingphotography.com, you would be like very differently portraying that. When people cold email you trying to sell stuff, when they do it from a Gmail, you think it's a scammer. But you think you can do it with your own fitness business? Ridiculous. Okay, so now we can run some paid ads straight to the landing pages. Now, we said this didn't work quite as well before. We said that sending people here is the best way because you can nurture them. But it's worth sending some traffic to these because if that product is $99, there's no reason that we couldn't spend $90 acquiring them. But you might go, James, why go to all that effort just to make $9? Well, that's because some people will upsell. And for us, we get about 11%. So we get them for $90, we make $9, but they upsell. We suddenly make the full amount. Some people want to see something and do it and use it for a while. And then once they see how good that product is, they go, let me have the whole thing. So we get a certain amount of business mentorship sales from upsells from these satellite courses. And remember, we didn't build these in the onset to make money. We built these for people in the mentorship to get a better experience. But if we're going to go to all that effort, because there was the insecurities that business mentorship one wasn't good enough. So we added these satellite courses before re-recording the whole thing. So you might ask, why also come here for the people that don't upsell? And the question is this, if we were going to do a paid ads and go, hi, my name's James Smith, and I want you to give me 30 days so I can give you 30 ways to improve your business. It's okay, because you're just asking for that. But if you think about something I built, like for instance, PT Starter Kit, the ads that we have for that, and you know, because you've been on all the ad shoots, if you're a personal trainer, you're never going to get ahead unless you nail this one thing, and that's content creation. So I decided to not only give you short form content mastery, but I've created a course so that you can understand all the things you need to do as a personal trainer in your first year. That kind of spiel works pretty well, considering that one is $99 as well. Those paid ads are quite effective.
I think it's better to have a paid ad to a cheaper offering compared to like the whole big.
Well, paid ads towards cheaper offering being better depends on the upsell because it also depends how much that person costs to acquire. So $99 isn't very revolutionary. And you asked before about some things being too cheap, some things being expensive. Some people just want to try. They just want an entree before ordering a main course. And it's a good way for them to get into the ecosystem, use the platform, see the content, see what it's about. I joined someone's content course the other day and the mic that we use upstairs was on the sofa, just lent like that, pointing at the person. Straight away, I thought, am I going to upsell if you couldn't even hang the mic in the right place? So you will notice that the other day, Monday, we put something else in the ecosystem. We created a webinar. Now, a webinar is a great way to just create a product out of thin air. So right now we haven't really got a product. Oh, we're going to do a webinar. And it was 2 hours and 20 minutes. So what we did for this was we sent some organic traffic to sign up. We sent some paid ads to sign up. Now you'll notice that we put the webinar in the email section. The reason being is the equity and the IP in the webinar is the amount of email addresses we got. So we got about 2,500 signups. So then from the webinar, we did the live stream on YouTube. Now, two things happened. First of all, in the webinar, there's a verbal call to action to buy the business mentorship, of which we sold enough to send us over the $4 million mark. Now, all the people that don't buy, we can put into a 30-day automation. And it's not just that the webinar wasn't enough and the 30-day automation wasn't. There's something magical about emailing someone every day. This means that over the next 30 days, they might watch the webinar, they might be on the fence. Then over the next month, I email them. One day, they lose 3 clients in a day. Boom, I'm joining. They have one video, they put loads of effort into it. Bombs, they're joining. By putting them into an automation after this, it just keeps them warm. So that if something in their life does happen, they can make the choice to join.
So the webinar is almost like a squeeze page or a lead magnet in itself.
It is a lead magnet in itself. It is a form of squeeze, but the main equity is in the email addresses. So here we've created this for you to give us your email. This we've created for you to give us email. Now this
more often, or is there like, do I not do one every week?
I said this. I actually said to Luke, should we do this more often? He goes, you can't do them too often. Otherwise they're no longer a webinar. It's just a weekly call. So we need them to be scarce enough that people want to join, but frequent enough that you get the revenue. Adding another 2,500 email addresses to your ecosystem is great. Then if they don't buy business mentorship after a month and they've gone through the automations, still not bought, what do you reckon we can do? Send them to get a smaller course, of which some might nibble, of which some will upsell. We've spent the money and we've sent the organic traffic, we might as well. And if not, out of all those people, we'll put them straight into another funnel. And also these people that watch the webinar, they might be just on the fence, but they might just need a little bit more emotional pain over the coming weeks before they join. Sometimes it takes people a week before they actually want to do it. So then let's say you and I were working with people in the mentorship today and they've got a problem. Let's think of a problem you think a business could have that works for me in the mentorship. Well, actually, so we're about to build the YouTube course. So we started building it and I was worried it wasn't good enough and we're calling it the silver play button. I've also got Ollie to be working on this full-time with me. So we've created another YouTube course. We're going to call it the silver play button. It's going to be everything you need to get your silver play button. And I'm thinking we're going to sell this at maybe $1,000. Then I'm actually thinking we're going to offer that into people in the business mentorship. Everyone that's in there now, we'll give it to you for free. But in the future, as they get to the checkout, we will say, do you want to grow your YouTube at the same time? And we'll maybe bolt it on for $1,000 or $500 or something like that. And I'm actually thinking of hiring new employees that just help with that YouTube course. Then also, if some people's business is fine, but they just want to grow their YouTube, this can be a standalone course. Now, we can then run paid ads. My name's James Smith, and I've nearly got 3 silver play buttons. And it'd be really good when we do have 3 silver play buttons. You might think now would be a good time for me to ask you to subscribe, but I don't ask people to subscribe. I'm not your fucking dad. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. If you just want to watch my content, that's fine. I don't need you to be following my channel. I actually think people asking people to subscribe is beggy and pathetic. We'll put that in the course as well. So we're going to run paid ads to that. And again, because that course is $1,000, we could spend $200 acquiring someone. We're just 800 up. It just depends on how many members of staff we have. But then now this is here, it unlocks a whole new potential of lead magnets. So we could create a lead magnet on thumbnails. We could create like an AI bot that helps people with titles, LUT and colors. Oh, okay. Arts, studio, editing. So these can be all potential lead magnets. And what we do is we will send organic traffic to all of these people. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to know how to create title and thumbnails like us, go to this link. Hey guys, if you like the color grading in this video, head to this. Actually, you'll probably say, no, I want that business. Fine. Hey, if you've ever wondered what are the studio settings you need to have for your upload to do well, do this. It's completely free. Then also we can start allocating paid ads into that ecosystem as well to get people from there. Then what we're probably going to do there is create a brand new YouTube nurture system, and we could call it YouTube Mastery. And it could be, pick a number, random number, 24 days.
Do longer email automation perform better than shorter ones? Yeah.
Sometimes, because some people doing longer automations drag out the stuff and they don't go a bit quite as much. Sometimes, I'm not sure would be the answer, because sometimes you can just hit them in 7 days, boom, 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 your best stuff. By now, or fuck off, I'm gone. Sometimes if you hit them for too long, they might be like, oh, maybe I can do this on my own. So I'm not actually sure. So a lot of what we do is just going with it. Like this video, before we started it, we just had title and thumbnail. We planned this in 5 minutes. And then from there, we would upsell them into the YouTube course. Then when we get people that grow their YouTube, what do? We make content about it. With the content about it, we connect a mini chatbot to one of these free resources. Out of the people that do really well, we create a paid ads. Like when Doc started smashing it and we're in LA, you say to me, James, let's go outside and make a video about it. Still to this day, one of our highest performing ads. Then people start buying the YouTube course. Then people that buy the YouTube course, from seeing all of that stuff, we could then say to them, hey, do you know what? Do you want some help with your business? Check out the business mentorship. They can start coming back into here. We can get more money from them, but at the same time, we could give them a better offer as well because they're already invested into that. The ecosystem just keeps evolving and growing based on the products that we do. Then probably about time, some point next year, we'll do Business Mentorship 3.0. Because the reason we need to reiterate every year is I am learning so much. And I'll be honest with you, I knew quite a bit about business, about all of this. But since doing this for the last 2 years, I would have almost paid $4 million to learn what I've learned. But actually, I got to learn it, even though I don't actually get to keep that much of it. But these are the things that we're working with businesses. Does any of that not make sense to you?
It all makes sense. But I want to ask you this. Probably a lot of people in your mentorship have like coaching style businesses where they might do like a call like you recommended for me. How would this funnel differ if they were offering calls rather than selling a digital product?
Okay, so how would this differ if you were just selling calls? So you're thinking about your stuff.
We're using Calendly to do lessons on whatever it is. Maybe it's video editing. In my situation, would I have a landing page?
Okay, so we're going to use Declan's example here. So you look at all of this and you're like, I've only got a YouTube channel.
Because I want to do this eventually, but I think when you said mentioned to me before to do the course, I was like, hold on a minute, that's a way I could start making money now without having to build this whole course. So it kind of got me excited.
Let's use you as an example. Yeah. So Declan, what I don't like here is, Declan, I'm setting you up to leave me here. Don't laugh, I have to get Etienne back. Okay, so at the moment you've got no landing page, you've got no infrastructure, whatever. And we were saying that you need to create a Calendly. Cool. So you like the idea of making $200 an hour. Isn't that much more than I pay you, by the way? Especially some weeks. So you got that. Your traffic at the moment is to send people to that. And it'd probably be a verbal call to action, right? So you're saying, where does everything else sit in the ecosystem? Well, I would say we should create a squeeze here. I reckon we could call it 9 biggest editing mistakes, subheading, how to fix it. So I would say color grading tips can be the solution, but not the problem. So if I say color grading tips, people could go, my colors are fine. But so you go, oh, by the way, if you want to know the 9 biggest editing mistakes and how to fix it, click the link in the bio. So now we're having 1 paid, 1 free. You'll even notice that in my YouTube bios, I say paid things, free things. I make it really clear to people. Are you here to buy or are you here to get something for free? Now, email number 1 of this could be your colors. If you started talking about colors in content, they might just get bored and fuck off. But here you go, I know you don't want to hear this, but your color grading is killing your edits. And that becomes the first place that you start positioning it.
So what I've got so far, because I've written a few, I'm using the LUT as the lead magnet. And then the first email is telling them how to actually apply the LUT properly, because most people do it wrong.
Are you confident that every single person that's perfect for your business knows what a LUT is?
So everyone that watches the color grading videos knows what a LUT is, yes.
Okay.
It's something that most people sell. I don't see anyone giving away for free. People want LUTs. I'm giving it for free to use to get their email address to then send them emails about color grading tips, problems. I hope to then get them to either book in a call or buy the course.
Cool, okay. So this one, maybe not perfect, but definitely keep it in there. You could all call that 9 biggest color mistakes, how to fit it, whatever. Then another could be free LUT. But with this as well, keep in mind.
So with that free LUT now, I've got about 1,400 email addresses. So it's been performing really.
Okay, so when they got that free LUT, how many emails did you send afterwards? No follow-up, nothing. Like, it's like you meeting a girl on the dance floor, going, lovely to meet you tonight, and then never messaging her again.
I was kind of like, I want to write the emails first and just being lazy, really.
Well, what you can do is you're probably going to want to create it first. Put together your autoresponder. We're done in a day. Not today because you'll be busy with this edit. Pick maybe like 11, 15, something like that. Don't even tell them they're going to get them. Just say, hope you're enjoying the free LUT.
Here's how to make the most out of it.
Here's how to make the most out of it. These are the films it's for. This is this. By the way, do you want to book in a call? Go here. First 2, let them have for free. Send them here. Then over time, you're going to learn.
For that Calendly, would I have a landing page as well or just a link?
No, because in this, at the PS of your email, you just say, if you want to talk to me, it's $200 an hour. Here's the link. You don't need a landing. No, put it in. Well, the thing is, if they can't afford it in the email, they won't click. But if they can't afford it and they get to the Landly, they're still not going to click. But you could also say to someone as well, these calls are currently half price, only $200. The language in which you say can make it better. Then you could say to yourself, after you've done 20 calls, you're going to build your first product. Like, because you're giving away the LUT for free, right?
Yep.
So you might want, I'm not sure what your first product would be, color grading course. Then basically those call to actions, just turn into that. Then what you can do from here is, once people are buying your course from the emails, you're now making money without having to give people any of your time. But then people that have bought your product, hey, if this is too much, you can book in a call. But you're now going to need to make this more expensive. Because the reason this needs to become more expensive is you don't want people to book in calls when you've got a product. You want people to buy the product. Yeah. Because ultimately you want to make money without having to service the clients all yourself.
So you mentioned before, like the empty diary effects. How would that like refer to actually selling calls? Would I want to only do set amounts of time when I'm available, or?
Yeah, you could even say here in your Calendly, I can only do 5 and 6 p.m. Sydney time because I'm working with James Smith or the rest. Yeah. And then people go, oh, I follow that guy. Oh, this is his editor. You know what I mean? You're like, sorry for working for one of the most successful content creators full time. But outside of that, you can book in. And you can even be putting it, P.S., please don't tell James I'm doing this. You know what I mean? You know, be like, James pays me really well. I'm doing these for you. He's getting slower edits because of it. Then you'd create, you remember you wanted to have some kind of community as well. So say you create a Discord. Now your pricing for the product will determine whether or not you're going to be super active in this. But from your Discord, you'll learn loads about what people want suddenly.
And for anyone wanting to build a product after running a coaching business, in terms of pricing it, you mentioned before about your prices depending on demand. Can you go a little bit more into detail about that?
If you're selling that and this Discord's getting really fucking busy, it's probably too cheap.
For a startup rate to sell a course, what, $100, $200?
I'd go just $99. It's just pretty like average industry rate. It's much easier to put prices up than it is to pull them down. Pull the price down, people go.
So start cheap, build demand, then raise it.
Because if you start at 200 and then it's a bit quiet and you sell for 99, all those people that joined early, your red hot leads are going to be fucked. Start low, you're better off. So like I said, my business mentorship was $800 when I started. It's way too cheap, way too underpriced. I was giving people way too much of my time, but you need to do that to get to a position to put your price up. And then as you build out your products, you might then, let's say you're making really good cash on top of what I pay you, you could then explore paid. And then suddenly you could be getting money that you're earning from me, putting $1,000 in there, and you could be making 1,500 in that. And that would be a ROAS 1.5, return on ad spend. If you spend 1,000, you get 1.5. On that video that we did with Doc in LA, in the garden, we got a ROAS of 5.6. So for every dollar we spent, we made $5.60. Doc, if you're watching this, you're welcome. Links in the description. Going to be limited on the amount of business mentorship people that we could take in. There are all the products. I've actually just shown you exactly how the business works. If you enjoyed this, that's great. If you still want more information and you want to tune into that live stream that I did, it is 2 hours and 22 minutes long. So only click this here if you have 2 hours available to you. If not, that's how the sausage is made. Join this so I can hire another videographer because it looks like Declan wants out. Bye-bye.